Welcome to Sandy Toe Tarot. It is a pleasure to be with you guys today to do this reading. And the topic for today's reading is, what are you walking away from? This is what I was led to read about today. So I've never done a reading like this. I'm going to stop saying that because Spirit gives me new ideas for readings all the time. So I do pull cards before I start to see what Spirit wants me to talk about. And today it's what you guys are walking away from or what you're leaving behind. On pile one, we have, I'm sorry, I don't know what this is. I do feel like it's a mix and I think it has some carnelian in it, but it is kind of a orangish, brownish stone. On pile two is a black tourmaline, and on pile three is an amazonite. So I hope that helps you decide which pile you want to hear the reading from. You can look at all of them if you would like to. It makes no difference to me. Whatever you feel led to do, that is the right way to do it. I will have the timestamps in the description box below. So then you just click on that time and it'll take you directly to that section in the reading, and I'll see you there. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile one, these are going to be your messages about what you're walking away from. Pile one did have a carnelian stone, mixed carnelian, I think. I'm not even really sure, but that's what we're calling it. So I will start with the tarot and then I'll pull the oracle. I think I'm going to just pull it all out at the same time today. And just get all the messages at the same time and see what I see. I will start with the universal Waite tarot. You got the Three of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the High Priestess. I'm using the Book of Shadows tarot with the universal Waite for additional messages this time. You got the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Swords, sevens, Judgment, the Ace of Cups, and the Knave of Chalices. Oh, this is chalices in this. Cups, chalices. Or, I guess a chalice is a cup, right? That's what they used to drink the wine from in the biblical days or whatever. When they did the communion, it was a chalice. Medieval times, maybe. Okay. For the oracle, this is Celtic Astrology. You got Lewis Rowan. It's number 2. And I'll have to get the book out and figure out what these are about. I'm learning these Celtic cards, but I was led to use them, so I'm using them. With the tree oracle, you got Swan. That's backwards. This is the tree oracle, and then this is the Celtic Astrology. And then with the self-care, you got Earth, grounding. Very good. Yes, 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 yes. Very important. Keep your feet on the ground. All right, with the tea leaf, you got Throne, position of authority. Yep. I kind of saw that already. Vine, seek out information that will help you. Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. Horse, short journey. Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business and career. Okay. This is very clear to me what you guys are walking away from. It's really, really clear. And it's really clear why. So I'm just going to dig right in here. What you guys are walking away from is a position of authority at work, a power position for sure. A boss. Okay, so let me say this. You may already be in this job, or there may be a promotion that's being offered here to you to take a level up in your career. And you guys are walking away from that. Why, you ask? Why, in God's name? I've worked so hard on my career. Why would I be walking away from this position of authority? Well, there's a couple reasons. The first one is there's a shady person here in the workplace that is, the energy is so bad. Okay, let me just say this. For you guys who have not been in the corporate world for too long, like maybe you're new to the work environment or whatever, there's always going to be posturing in the workplace. There's always going to be politics in the workplace. That's just the truth. People are trying to get ahead. Sometimes they do that by not the best means. Usually those are learning experiences, and those people are pretty well-intentioned a lot of the times. They just don't know any other way to be. Maybe they were raised in a very competitive family and they're used to competing against each other for what they want. That's pretty innocuous. You know, those people that get ahead in the early stages of their career by maybe throwing somebody else under the bus or doing something not the right way, they learned from those mistakes and they move on and they do better next time. So you will always have that kind of politics in a corporate environment. This is different. There's a different kind of politics out there that is particularly ingrained in some people in the United States and maybe even Western cultures. It probably is in Western cultures. There's a faction of people in the workplace that will walk over dead bodies to get to the top, and they do not care. They're ruthless. They do not care who they step on. The only important thing is for them to succeed and to get to the top. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about a really, really nasty person, arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And you get that in a couple of cards with the rooster there. You get it with the Seven of Swords, which is a lot of times talks about trickery and thievery and people of just bad moral character. There's nothing else to say about it. They were just raised badly. I have a name of a family in the U.S. in mind, but I can't say it out loud because that would be bad. But y'all probably know who I'm talking about. They're just this fox says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. That's just how they were raised. They're the type of people that would say, after they do something unscrupulous in the business environment, they would say, and they hurt people, and they do hurt people, whether they like it to admit it or not, they do hurt. What they do hurts people. They would be the type that would say it's not personal, it's business. Okay. So I think we know what's happening here. You guys are opting out of this dynamic. You're either leaving that job, literally, like you're in a position of authority and already, and this is happening, and you decide, I am not doing this anymore. This job is not worth my mental health. It's not worth my moral compass. I'm not going to sacrifice my moral compass to play these games with these people. So if it is a promotion, you're going to turn it down. You're like, no, I'm not doing that. That's not to say you're quitting your job necessarily. Some of you are, but some of you are just like turning down a promotion because it's not important enough to you to be in that fray. Okay. So that's basically what you're walking away from. Now we get to the why. Even besides that, it's just bad juju. It's not good. It's not good energy. There are other reasons for you not to do it. One is you have a new relationship here that you want to focus. The Knave of Chalices is it's like a page would be a page of cups in the universal Waite. The one of chalices would be the Ace of Cups in the universal Waite. It's a new beginning in a relationship, or it's a brand new relationship. For some of you, I'm getting Pisces energy and I'm getting Taurus energy here on the table. Maybe you are one of those, or you're dealing with one of those. That may be the new person that is coming in here for you. You want to focus on this, and you don't want this bad karma, bad environment, bad vibration to interfere with this great new relationship that you have going on. And this new relationship is definitely something to celebrate. Like maybe you've been waiting a long time. Maybe you've been waiting a long time to date. And now this is coming into you and you're like, yes, I'm very happy with this. I want to pursue this. I want to see where this goes. You might even be getting a love letter. Like, what would be a love letter in today's environment? Like an email or a juicy text, or I don't know, maybe even a card. From this person that you're becoming involved in. And I do feel like it is very new stages for this relationship. But this letter is almost a catalyst for you walking away from this job, because it reminds you, it is what reminds you of what is important and what is not worth sacrificing for this mess. This Page of Swords, pages are messengers in like old English times. They were medieval times or whatever. They were messengers. So the pages do have that element in it. That's why I'm saying there's could be a love letter or some kind of note from your significant other here. There's also like a message coming in that's maybe an email that's unexpected, or it's kind of got upsetting news in it. And I think this message is related to this career situation. We have papers here on this too. This is like a file cabinet with papers in here. Look for some message. You know what? You might even be seeing documents, like confidential documents in this organization, that is the catalyst for you saying, no, I'm not doing this. Like you see something that you're not liking. It doesn't jive with you. It feels wrong. It feels unethical or something, or it feels very cutthroat or something like that. There's might be some paperwork involved with the catalyst for leaving this job and choosing this relationship. But that's not all you're choosing, by the way. You're also choosing a more spiritual path. You've been on this spiritual path for a long time. The Judgment is like a summing up. So you've been working on this spiritual path for a long time, and you feel like you've learned some things, like how to keep your vibration high, how to connect with the universe. We got that in the Earth, this grounding card here, like connecting with nature, connecting with the universe, connecting with the divine. that was almost something that you were working very hard on, and you've accomplished some things in that regard. And that's another one of the reasons, a big reason. It's not just this relationship. It is your soul and your soul's path that makes you not want to do this, not want to continue it, or not want to take a promotion in this particular company because of the way they do things. This is so fascinating. So I always, before a reading, I ask Spirit what cards they want me to use. And lately they've been asking me to use these Celtic cards, the Celtic Astrology, the Celtic Tree Oracle. Spirit wants me to learn these, and I am learning them. It is slow. It is like a different language. So I do have to read the book every time, but it is just fascinating to me how they come together with the reading, and they bring the reading together. For instance, the swan is about grace, but it is also about fierceness. The swan talks about being spiritually evolved, being eloquent, and being very expressive. Swan people are passionate in relationships and devoted to their mates and offsprings. They protect what they love. They have a strong instinct for when the time is right for change. And when the call comes, they leave without an ounce of regret. That is exactly what is happening here. You want to protect your spiritual life. You want to protect this new love that has come into your life, to keep it sacred. And because of that, you have no compulsion about leaving this job or leaving the position of authority, or turning down the position of authority. Because this love is just so important to you, and you are going to protect it. The Lewis Rowan, these are trees, right? So this is about protection and intuition, spiritual strength. It talks about protection from actual enemies, or for people or situations that you do not trust. That's why you're getting this card in this particular reading. Spirit is telling you you are protected from this person here, and from this situation here. And through that protection, you are being guided to walk away from this situation. It's to protect you, which I think is absolutely beautiful. So there's a side message here with these cards. Both of these have an autumn message to them, and this one particularly talks about journeys. You get a horse up here. This is actually connected to the horse, and you get this horse up here that talks about a short journey too, also. So I do feel like in the fall, whenever that is, whenever you watch this, the fall of the year that you are watching this, there will be a short journey here that you're going to take. And I feel like it is a journey or a trip that you take with this new person that is involved in your life, but I think there's a spiritual connection to it. Like maybe you guys are going on a spiritual retreat together. Maybe you're going to see one of the, classic spiritual places on earth, like Stonehenge comes to mind, or something like that, Machu Picchu, or the Mayan temple, something. I feel like there's actually a location that you are being called to go to, and you will go with this new person that is in your life. And I think that's another reason why you're not willing to let this job situation interfere with this new relationship, because you do feel the spiritual connection with this person. Like you guys are connected on a physical earthly level, and the relationship, you know, your beginning stages, right? It looks really good. You never know how these things are going to turn out, right? But it looks really good, and you are able to explore your spirituality together. That is one thing that you have in common. It's one thing that binds you together with this person. You are both, whatever your spiritual beliefs happen to be, you are in sync in that way, and you want to explore that together. So, wow. You guys, I love this for y'all. This is a great reading. I was kind of surprised that I was guided to read about what you're walking away from. I'm like, why do we want these messages? But after seeing this, I get it now. Because some of you actually might not, you know, maybe you're on the fence about this job, or you're on the fence about this promotion. This will help you to make sense of it, maybe, I hope. You do, again, this is from the self-care cards. So these cards are really about how can you help yourself in this situation? How can you best take care of yourself as you're going through this process? What would help you most right now? And you do get that earth card. Look, got the bare feet on the earth, stay grounded. There are so many exercises you can do to ground yourself. You can do it just from walking outside in the grass, or, you know, barefoot on the sand, or wherever you like to walk. You can use like brown stones or grounding stones. You can do, you know, all kinds. There's just all kinds of ways to stay grounded and connected to the earth. Just go for a walk in nature. Collect some nature to bring into your house, like some leaves that have fallen, or some flowers, or whatever. Bring it into your house. Yeah, there's so many ways to do it, but stay grounded as you're going through this process here. It's going to be very, very important. All right, that's all I have for pile 1. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, y'all. If you chose pile 2, these are going to be your messages for what are you walking away from. Pile 2 did have the black tourmaline on it, which is about absorbing negativity. So I cannot wait to see what's in these cards. I was not sure about this reading, actually, when I was given this topic, what are you walking away from? But pile 1 turned out really, really well. So I feel better about it now, and I'm very grateful that I was given this topic for today, because it's really, really, it's going to be interesting, I think. All right, I'll start with the tarot and then dig into the oracle. With the universal Waite, you got the 5 of pentacles, or coins, whatever you call it, the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. With the Book of Shadows tarot, you got the King of Wands. Okay, that's twice. That's double down on the King of Wands. You got the 6 of Wands. Lots of Wands energy here. This is the stars. I might have to look at the stars instead of the star. And it's 10, 15, 6, 17, number 17, the stars. Okay. The Knight of Chalices, or the Knight of Cups. The Knave of Wands, which would be Page of Wands. You got the Page of Wands, the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands. All the Wands are here except what? The Queen. That's it. You got Queen of Swords instead of the Queen of Wands. That's interesting. We'll delve into that. You got a lot of tarot here. All right, let's look at your oracle. See what's here. With the Celtic tree oracle, I'm gonna have to look them up, but this is Gort Ivy. The Celtic astrology, you got the equalizer, vine, number 10. This is number 12. The Gort Ivy is number 12. And with the self-care, you got, ooh, 2. Open heart, beautiful. And nest. Tea leaf, fortune cards, you got flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. You got the wheel, incisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Indecisiveness, I'm sorry, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. You got angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. You got pale, time to get out of a situation. Broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Peacock, beware of great pride. And fire, strong emotion, passionate love, or hate. A lot of fire energy in this reading. You got all the wands, except one, except the queen. The queen is missing. Why is the queen missing? That's what I want to know. I think I know. Actually, I think I already know. So I was digging around here trying to find the major arcana, and you really just have the one, the star. So in this particular, okay, so this is, what's it called? The Book of Shadows cards. This is actually in the tarot style. It is definitely, it has like a Wicca or a pagan kind of feel to it, for sure. And so I looked this up. I looked this particular meaning in this deck up because it's the stars. It's not the star, which is a card of hope, and well, it is kind of similar because it's a card of renewal in this one too. It's a time for cleansing and renewal is what it says. So that's why these kids are in this pool, because they're cleansing. It's very down to earth, this Book of Shadows. It's one of the reasons I like it. It doesn't get too woo-woo. It's like we're here on earth. We're having an earthly experience. Let's talk about what we need to do while we're here. What will help us to have a better life. Okay, so what you guys are walking away from is very clear to me is a relationship. And it's a relationship that is very passionate and it's very fiery. And you definitely have the King of Wands energy in this partner twice, which is the King of Wands. And this could be male or female because you got a male in one picture, a female in another. So take it as it resonates for you. It is Aries energy for me. That does not mean that your partner's sign is an Aries, although it could be. It could be one of the fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Whatever the sign is, they're very fiery in their energy. They're very passionate in their energy. There may be business owner or boss-like energy. And they're, you know, the fire signs are really cool, and they're really, they don't get too bogged down and stuff, which is one of the things I like about them. They can just move from one thing to the next because they don't have, their feelings don't run as deep as would like a one of the water signs, or, I mean, they still have feelings, but they're kind of more capable of putting those aside and just getting on with it. That's one of the things that I love about the fire signs. There's so many things to love, really. But there is a downside to the fire signs. And what it is the temper. They can really have some pretty wicked tempers. And I'm feeling that a lot in this particular reading because we've got the fire here, the passion. Strong emotions, love, hate, passion, definitely coming out here. And maybe it's just burning a little too brightly for you. Maybe it's like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of energy here. You know, I feel like I can't get my equilibrium. I do feel like the person could have a temper, and I feel like that's kind of more, it is that business is more what you're walking away from as opposed to, you know, all the good stuff. It's stinging you. It is burning you. The fire is burning you. Look at even the Six of Wands is like climbing out of the fire. You're climbing out of the fire. You're leaving this relationship. I'll say this also, when you have the Knight of Wands and it's talking about a relationship, sometimes that will be very heavy on the sexual part of the relationship and not as much on the rest of it, like the intellectual connection or the romance, or even the material stuff. This person that you're involved with may just be a little immature, really, not ready for a relationship. They like the sex part of it and the passion part of it, but when it comes down to actually, you know, bringing this down to the earth and having a real tangible relationship, they're just not the person for that. And because of that, this flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. I was just thinking red flag. When I saw this flag, I thought red flag. That's what this is talking about. There are red flags here. They're a little bit cocky. Yeah, there's just some stuff. They got a bad temper. The passions are high. Let's not. No doubt about that. You were probably very attracted to them sexually in the beginning, but when it comes to having a real relationship, which I feel like you need, this is not the person. And so that is why you are parting the ways in either romance or business. I think this is definitely romance. You're actually leaving this relationship. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Time to get out. It is time to get out, for sure. You guys know that. Okay. Red flags everywhere. Yeah. Okay, so that's that relationship. You guys do know that you need to get out of it. It's time to move on. There's a couple of messages here. First of all, there's guardian angel energy in this, like you are being guided here in this situation. Maybe there's someone who has crossed over. Maybe someone who you were particularly close to that would want you to be in a good relationship and is telling you in the best way that they can that this is not the relationship for you. You deserve better. You're being protected here. Not only are you being protected, you're being guided by either by the divine, by your spirit guides, your angels. It says angels, so it could be an angel, or it could just be a passed on loved one who is trying to help you navigate this situation and help you get out of it, actually. Because this says, okay, so this says will, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So there is some indication here that you've been a little indecisive about this situation. You've maybe let it go on a little bit longer than it should have gone on. So that's why you're being pushed at this time to get out, to walk away. So there's so many messages here. I love this reading, you guys. Definitely, I feel like a lot of you are single mother. You got single mother energy here. You got family, you got those kids playing in the pool. You got this woman going out to get a job. You got this generations of family and legacy and all that there. So this woman is going out to get a job. This woman is looking over these kids here. I think some of you might be single moms, and that's why you're being guided to leave this relationship, because it's not going to be the right relationship for your family, for you and for your kids. There is a message here. The Knave of Hearts, or the Knight of Hearts or chalices here, does say there's somebody else down the road that is more compatible with you, that would be more, and I'm feeling the fall actually. They might come in the fall. That's more connected on an emotional level. They're younger too. Knights are, under the age of 35 usually. So I feel like you're a young mother too as well. This guy might be a little bit younger than you, but he is very sincere, and his intentions are very pure, and he actually has feelings for you. It's not just a sexual thing. He has actual feelings. That's why you're getting this open heart message. There's a warning here of not getting bitter. Don't even worry about it. Everybody goes through this. Everybody has the bad relationships, the ones that are not for them. Like I said, it was very passionate in the beginning. Maybe you were very sexually attracted to him or her, and vice versa for sure. There's definitely an attraction here. There's a passion here. But long term, it's just not going to be what's best for you, and that's if you're single, and for your family if you do happen to be a single parent. It's just not going to be best for everybody. So you do get this nest, which is really just about almost like the Four of Swords in the Rider-Waite or Universal Waite Tarot. It's about taking care of yourself. It's taking the time to relax after leaving this situation, to have a bit of a respite, to rest, to even maybe take a little vacation or whatever. And just healing, taking the time to heal from it, so that when this relationship or this person does come in, and that is guided, you're being guided towards this person, you're still open. You're good. You're open. Your heart is open. You're rested from this, and you're ready to move on to something new. Okay, that's very succinct, and that's cool. I just need to get the meanings for these two. I'm learning these Celtic cards. I'm being guided to. Spirit definitely wants me to learn them, so let me find out what's happening here. Okay, so for our Celtic cards, the first one we have here is Vine, the Equalizer. It's the number 10, and this is in the Celtic Astrology Oracle cards. This one is connected. If you look at that picture, you will kind of recognize the Temperance card in the Universal Waite. It's kind of the same message there. It is about balance, and it's about keeping your equilibrium in a given situation. And I feel like it's connected to this situation, leaving this relationship and this rest that we were talking about, and the taking a little bit of a break and going within and finding answers. Is also connected to this, which is the Gort Ivy, and this is the Celtic Tree Oracle. So this is about going within, just like the Hermit card, and finding the answers for yourself. The answers are inside of you. See that spiritual element there too? That is also indicated in this card. So you can do this. You can, these cards are definitely connected to this rest period where you're going within, you're finding the answers from within, you're getting your spirit right again. because these relationships can sometimes take a lot out of you, that's for sure. But this book suggests on the Gort Ivy here that you can find the answers through meditation, by listening to uplifting spiritual music, with ceremony and ritual, or by taking quiet time for reflection, or through dreams and journaling. So those are the suggestions from the book for you to find the answers that honestly that will just take you into this. I think it's more about getting your spirit right and taking you into this next phase of your life, helping you to keep your heart open as you move forward in your life that is separate from this person. I feel like some of you might have been pretty attached to them in the like a material way, because it does feel like some of you are maybe going out to get a new job, like you've never had a job before, or you were able to quit work for a little bit because of this situation. Now you got to go back to work or something. I feel like this is really these are really cards of finding yourself again after a period of being really involved in a relationship. Sometimes we can lose ourselves in relationships. This person almost feels like they take up all of the air in the room. You know people like that. They're very vivacious, very bold, very big, very demonstrative, very passionate. They just take up all the air in the room. And that kind of feels like where you're coming to this you have to call it a breakup, because you're walking away from the relationship. So you're coming to that a little bit tired, and it's time for you to take care of yourself for a little bit, to get right spiritually. And that book, as I said, was suggesting ways that you can kind of nest in here a little bit, get right, find the answers, go within, stay in a place of complete love, or return to a place of complete love, right? Love for yourself, love for the beautiful nature that is around us, just having an open heart and being ready for the next big thing. So, because I think there's some cool things that are coming into you. One of them is definitely a new job, but I think there's also another man that's coming in later on this year. So you want to make sure that you heal from anything that you need to heal from, so that you're in the right place to enjoy those things, basically, because good things are coming. All right, that's all I have for pile 2. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3, these are going to be your messages for the reading this week, which is what are you walking away from? Pile 3 did have a rough cut Amazonite on it. The Stone of Universal Love. I'm going to hold off on the Oracle for a bit, and we'll start with the Tarot. You actually got a lot of Tarot. Just 3 of the Universal Waite, though. You got the 4 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. And this is the Book of Shadows Tarot. They're very down to earth, these cards. I like them. Very modern, very down to earth. You got the 5 of Swords, so that's twice on that one. Wow, okay. Let's put that down here. Keep that together. Got the Temperance card. The 2 of Chalices, or 2 of Cups. The King of Pentacles. The 3 of Chalices, 3 of Cups. The Wheel. Huh. The Sun. Wow. The 10 of Wands. and the Two of Pentacles. This is interesting. All right, let's take a look at our oracle. We'll dig into these a little later, but I just want to get them out on the table because they kind of provide some hints sometimes of what's happening. Okay, so these Celtic cards will be the last that I go into because I have to look at the book. I'm learning these. This is Own Firs Gorse. These are trees, Celtic tree oracle, and then this is the Celtic astrology cow, number 5. With the self-care cards, you got forgive. Interesting. That's a clue. With the tea leaf fortune cards, you've got teardrops, great personal sorrow. Quill, get back to the basics. Bag, something important such as a new job or raise. Not, unsuccessful plans. Chair, empty, someone is leaving your life. Candle, you'll be shown the way. I like that. And stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Good. Okay, well, I think we're split in this group, number 3. I think there are two threads here of things that you're walking away from. Well, there's one thread that you're walking away from a situation that was very painful for you. But it's not the situation that you're walking away from. You're walking away from the hurt over it and the bitterness. That's it. Because you do have this card of forgive here. So, listen, something happened that was not good. You got the 5 of Swords twice. So there are 2 cards of conflict in the tarot deck, the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Wands is kind of like mamby-pamby conflict, you know, people, it's like sibling rivalry, or it can be even fun competition, but it's like competitiveness, or if it's conflict, it's not real deep conflict. It's just that, you know, the conflict that you have any time that you're dealing with another person, there's a potential for you to disagree about some stuff. It's that kind of conflict. The 5 of Swords is nasty conflict. It is like, if it's about corporate politics, people lose jobs over it. If it's about relationship conflict, relationships end over it. I think that's the 2 threads. I think both of those things, or either one of those things, could have happened for you. And because this was particularly nasty, the anger and the resentment really set in. And because it was really painful, and that's the only time that you get real anger and bitterness and resentment, is when it's really, really painful. This thing was bad. I definitely feel like for some of you it's a third party situation on a romantic situation, like somebody stepped into the relationship and that the person that you were with actually, you know, took off with that person or started dating them instead of you. I am definitely being, this wheel, this kind of actually talks about the cycles of life, but I'm definitely being drawn to the karmic wheel, like what goes around comes around element of that message. So you don't have to worry about that person. That person will get theirs in the end. That is for sure. For some of you, I feel like it was a work situation, like you were up for a promotion and you worked your butt off to get it. Really, really worked hard to get it. You got the 10 of Wands here, which is being exhausted, just working so hard. You actually, it kind of indicates here that there was a moment of celebration in this promotion situation or in this work situation. There was actually a moment of celebration here, and then the rug was just pulled out from under you completely. So when I say that this thing that happened was pretty bad, I'm not kidding. I think it cut deep. This one cut deep. And when that happens, those things are very, very difficult to get over. And it is very difficult to forgive those people who maliciously does things. Like when someone is, this person, if this is a third party situation, that person absolutely knew that you were with that guy or that girl. They knew. They knew they were honing in on someone else's territory. They didn't care. For this job situation, this person knew, and maybe even had it in for you. They knew they were being underhanded in how they dealt with this situation. They knew they won through underhanded means. They didn't care. So this is actually a very nasty person, the one that hurt you. And those people are the hardest to forgive. They really are. But forgiveness is not about the other person. It is about you. I do not know who said this, but there is this famous quote, not forgiving someone is like drinking poison and expecting it to hurt the other person. It is poison for you. It is not, they don't care. They probably don't have much of a conscience anyway, or they wouldn't have done what they did. But they also do not care that you dislike them, or that you're mad at them, or that you have a hard, you're not able to forgive them, or you have resentments. They just don't care about that. They got what they wanted, and that's all that matters to them. So that bitterness and resentment that you're carrying is like poison to your system. It has nothing to do with them. That is why it is so important. It's an important thing to do. And it's not easy, but you have to do it in order to move on for this wheel to turn. This wheel is not going to turn. You're not going to get past this and go on to the great opportunities that are out there for you, because you do have indications that there are great opportunities out there, things that are coming in for you, good things. New opportunities for sure, new jobs, new raises, new partners, new everything out there for you. But until you are able to let this go and forgive this person who did you so dirty, then it's hard for this good stuff to come in if you're carrying that with you. Okay, so there is some clues about ways that that will help you forgive. You can write a letter to the person that you feel like wronged you and tell them why you were hurt. You let it all out. Then allow yourself to forgive them in the letter. As you do this, imagine your heart mending and being whole. See any dark, cloudy energies around your heart dissolve. There is no need to give the letter to the person. Writing it is what is most healing. Give yourself permission to let it go. Reach out to a loved one and open up about your struggle to forgive without expecting anything in return. That's just, like good therapy, like talking to a good trusted friend about it. Or the other suggestion is to practice the Ho'oponopono prayer. Whenever you think of whenever you think of that person that you need to forgive, repeat these words over and over. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Chanting the prayer over and over is a powerful way to cleanse you of ill will or bad feelings that keep the mind fixated on negative thoughts. Okay, so the Ho'oponopono prayer again is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. That is all good advice. And those self-care cards, this is from an individual that I met. I've never seen self-care cards before. Those are the first ones I have ever seen. So that's really cool. That's really good advice. So, and that is by Melina Stroumpis, those cards, in case you want to get a deck of those. She's a lovely girl. I met her in Crescent City, Florida, actually. All right. I feel like we have some more messages down here with the Celtic tree oracle and the Celtic astrology. So I'll dig into that and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is interesting. Both of these Celtic cards have to do with abundance. So this is the cow card is more of an abundance in a calm way. It's like the abundance is coming to you. So the best way to pull that in is to remain calm and tranquil. And there's a message here of how of your attitude in the waiting for the good things to come to you. If you're anxious or stubborn about it, then there's no moving that abundance. But if you're calm and you're tranquil and just focus on the gratitude, the good things are coming into you. This is also about abundance. It's fulfillment and abundance, sweetness, hope, and persistence. And this message is even more so about gratitude being one of the ways that to pull the good things into you. I feel like, honestly, you have some inner work that needs to be done here on the forgiveness, on practicing an attitude of gratitude. This also talks about helping other people and sharing with other people, giving to other people. That is another principle, another good way to take your mind off of things that are wrong in your life. There are always people out there who are less fortunate than you are. So helping other people helps you to get out of the negativity of your own mind whenever you're going through one of these bad situations. So this is all about inner work here for you guys. But what you're walking away from is the resentment and the anger and the frustration and the lack mentality. You're walking away from those negative energies that are keeping you stuck to a situation that was, yes, very, very painful. I will give you that. This was not good. However, what you're hanging on to is keeping you stuck there, as opposed to moving forward into all these good things that are out there and for you and ready to come into your life, because they're knocking. They're right there. They're right there. Bunch of opportunities. That wheel wants to turn for you. But it happens when you learn to forgive, when you learn to practice an attitude of gratitude, when you maybe even take up a spiritual practice and, go within and be calm and be still and raise your vibration. And when you do that, then you can let this go and you can move forward. Okay, that's all I have for pile 3. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Take care.